I stayed with my cheating boyfriend for 8 months after I found proof. Not because I loved him, not because I forgave him, but because I needed time. Time to smile while my heart cracked. Time to let him think he'd won me back. And time to quietly ruin every corner of his life. One small, invisible act at a time. If you've ever been betrayed by someone who looked you in the eyes and lied. If you've ever imagined karma taking its time instead of rushing, then hit like, subscribe, and settle in. Because this might be the most patient, calculated revenge story you'll hear today. I didn't suspect the cheating at first. I felt it. That subtle shift you can't explain. Text turned face down. A phone that never left his hand. Laughing at messages he wouldn't share. When I asked, he smiled, soft, convincing. Why would I ever do that to you? So I believed him. Because loving someone makes you stupid before it makes you strong. The proof didn't come from him. It came from her. A message request. A girl I didn't know. Screenshots attached like bullets. Photos, dates, conversations. Jokes about me, my job, my clothes, the way I trusted him. I remember my hands, shaking so hard I dropped my phone. My chest felt hollow, like someone scooped me out and left skin behind. When I confronted him, I expected denial. I just didn't expect how confident he'd be. That's fake. She's crazy. You're overreacting. Even when I showed him the receipts. That's when something inside me snapped, not loudly. Quietly, cleanly. Because betrayal hurts. But being insulted after betrayal, that's when anger becomes clarity. He cried when he realized I wasn't buying it. Begged, promised therapy, marriage, kids. Swore it meant nothing. And I looked at him and said, okay, I'll stay. That's when my revenge began. I did the math. 8 months. That's how long it would take to save for a deposit. Buy furniture. Line everything up. 8 months of acting. I didn't scream. I didn't punish him all at once. I eroded him. Daily, slowly. Like water wearing down stone. I started small. I'd misplace his things. Keys, wallet, headphones. Just enough to make him late. Just enough to make him doubt himself. I canceled his appointments. Dentist, haircuts, meetings. Watched him spiral into frustration over things he swore he'd booked. I opened his parcels. Stole cash from his wallet, not all of it. Just enough that he'd think he miscounted. Every morning, I smiled. And dipped his toothbrush into the toilet bowl. I burned dinners. Or cooked meals I knew he hated. I told his parents about the cheating. Watched his mother's disappointment settle in. Before big commitments, I cried. Hard, messy, convincing. He missed half his friends, wedding consoling me in the car. Held my hand while I talked about his betrayal. I forgot his birthday. I chose shows he despised. Dragged him home early from nights out. Brought up his affair during dinner with my parents. Watched him shrink in his chair. I woke him up in the middle of the night to talk. Refused to pay for things. Forgot to wash his uniform. And slowly, I chipped away at his confidence. Corrected him in front of friends. Questioned his decisions. Was overly friendly with his mates. Never cruel. Never obvious. Just constant. Every time he sighed. Every time he rubbed his face in confusion. It healed something in me. Because for the first time since the betrayal, I wasn't powerless. He thought he'd gotten away with it. He had no idea he was living with his consequence. The night before I left, I packed quietly. Everything important was already gone. Documents, clothes, savings. I kissed him goodbye the next morning like nothing was wrong. And while he was at work, I vanished. No note. No message. No closure. I blocked him everywhere. By the time he got home, the apartment was hollow, just like I'd been. He called my phone, straight to voicemail. Texted, panicked. Nothing. I didn't want to hear him beg again. I wanted silence. People say revenge is toxic. But sometimes, it's not about hurting someone. It's about taking your power back. After someone tried to make you feel small, I don't regret a thing. If this story gave you chills, hit that like button. Tell us in the comments, what's the most satisfying revenge you've ever witnessed? And don't forget to subscribe. Because sometimes, karma just needs a little help.